Hey folks, there's a reason I talk a lot about your mindset being the foundation, and I realized that I hadn't actually done like a formal video on this topic, so I felt really drawn to do this and just get into some of the reasons and check marks for why that is the case. Your mindset being the foundation. This isn't like a hypothetical thing. This is literally how things work. And let's talk about a foundation for a second. Like, what makes up a foundation? It's a strong, resilient platform for an entire building or structure or something to be placed on top of or built on top of. So, if we take that definition and then apply it to our life, like our life in its entirety is the structure, right? Now, if mindset is the foundation underneath that, it's no wonder, divorce rates are so high, unemployment's so high, so many people are on a variety of drugs for mental illnesses and other, modern day things. It really isn't a big surprise because most people are building their structure, their entire life, on a shitty platform, a crappy foundation. And I'm not using those words lightly. Like, if you imagine what your mindset was even a year ago or 5 years ago or something, just take a look at the contrast and the growth over that time. And maybe I'm only speaking to myself here, I don't know, but I would imagine a lot of the people I'm speaking to resonate with change and evolving and our mindsets being, the focus of what we're doing and working on. So myself, I work on a lot of personal development. I read pretty much only books like that. It's not just to read them. Like, when I read a book, I really get into it and take from it and apply it to my mindset. Um, there are a few chapters out of this book that can really, it's a tiny book to begin with, but there's a few select chapters in that book that can be transformational for your mindset. But let's get back to the whole foundation thing. Would you really, if you knew that the mindset that society and the media and external forces all over was creating, if you knew that that mindset was basically like building your structure on a heap of trash, metaphorically, right? Like, you've got trends and dumb lyrics in music. You've got, tons of fear being mass produced and propaganda, and they try to make people so confused that they don't know what is real and what isn't. Well, I'm here to tell you that anything you create in your reality that you perceive is what's real. That's what's real. And you're the commander of that. You get to decide what it is. And if you don't decide what that is going to be, then you're basically allowing, society in the world to create your programming for you. And like I just said, that's like building your structure on a heap of trash. So it's so important to become aware of what kind of mindset you have, what kind of foundation you're building, so that you can make some changes. Like, if you were pouring a real footing, a real foundation, and you realized that your mixture was way too wet or there wasn't enough lime in it or something like that, I'm not a concrete specialist, but if you realize that, you would immediately make some changes. You wouldn't just pour that footing and be like, all right, let's build this house. You would immediately make changes to your foundation so that, your entire house is going to stay in place and thrive. And then this goes the same for your life. If you don't build a foundation, a mindset that is so well programmed that it can withstand and endure any kind of weather, any kind of political climate, or any kind of social change, like, you're in trouble, basically. So this is why I bring up mindset being the foundation, why it's so important so often. And, I felt like it was a good idea to do a video on this. And then also, I'm sure if you keep an eye on my blogs at all, you'll find that this becomes a blog post. And it's not just for the sake of putting that out there. I want you to take this into deep consideration. Look at your mindset. Look at what kind of programming plays. It's running 90-something% of the time on the subconscious level, that sub meaning below. So identify what that programming is with your 3 to 5% conscious mind and change it here in the reticular activating system, the RAS. It's like, if you were to play slug bug, you're all of a sudden noticing every beetle, every bug out on the road. It's the same thing for this. Become aware of what thoughts are running on autopilot, and that way you can make changes to those thoughts. And if you follow me, you'll find a lot of helpful tools and ways. I'll continue to share these things to change your own programming and reprogram yourself the way that you want, so that your reality, your perceived reality, reflects what you desire. And I love helping people with this, and I love helping with awareness. It's one of my favorite things to do is to heighten somebody's awareness, because that's the first step, is being aware, and then you can make, much needed changes. You can quantum leap, you can integrate shadow work and realize, who you are on a deep level. And this is why mindset is directly connected to all those things, and it's so important to me. I hope this helps. Please just become more aware of the kind of thoughts and programs you're playing, not just for yourself. You're connected to the entire collective, everything and everywhere. And it's important, whether you know that on a deep level or not, to, put good thoughts and good vibrations out to the collective, because you are making a difference. If you're thinking, woe me, and you're being lazy and procrastinating or whatever, those thoughts have a vibration and they reverberate out through the cosmos. And the same goes for, positive thoughts, except for they carry even more power. So imagine if you just switch your programming around and your thoughts around, you're actually becoming more powerful and helping the collective in a greater way. So again, that's why it's so important to pay attention and become aware. And thank you for your awareness. Thank you for becoming more aware and vigilant of your thoughts, so that you can change your programming and contribute your highest good to the world, and the cosmos, of course. And I love you, and thank you for watching this video. I hope that this helps you realize how important your foundation and mindset is for the rest of your life, which is the structure. Namaste.